Good evening, all you sim race fans out there, and welcome to BRL TV's final round coverage of the Bootleg Racing League Street Stock Series Season 27. I am Ryan Sanker, and joining me up in the booth, as always, it's Matt Hoos. We're coming to you live tonight from the virtual Five Flags Speedway in Pensacola, Florida, and we thank you for joining us on this Friday evening, September 15th, 2023. Back in 1994, a racing revolution was born known as the Bootleg Racing Series. Powered by Papyrus sim racing software and fueled by the thrill of short track racing, Papyrus burst onto the scene, leaving tire trucks of excitement in its wake. But when the curtains fell on Papyrus, the heart-pounding action of Papyrus seemed destined to fade away. However, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the series returned with a vengeance in 2013, emerging as the all-new Bootleg Racing League, ready to dominate the sim racing world once again. Now embracing the iRacing platform, BRL unleashed its full potential, taking on the most iconic American short tracks with a renewed passion. Tonight, we're here to witness the season finale from Five Flags Speedway, a half-mile asphalt oval with a storied history in short track racing. It's best known for hosting the prestigious Snowball Derby, attracting top talent in the super late model racing. With its high bank turns and competitive racing, Five Flags remains a significant venue in the world of grassroots motorsports. As always, tonight's starting grid will be determined by a 15-car inversion based on last week's finishing order. This means the top finishers from the previous race will have to work their way up through the field. There's also no fast repairs and no tire changes, so the drivers will take care of their equipment as the night goes on. And lastly, this season brought the addition of a single green-white checkered attempt. If the caution flag is displayed during the end of the night, the race will be extended for a thrilling shootout to the checkered flag. And now, with all the formalities out of the way, welcome again to Five Flags Speedway and into the world of BRL, where speed is king and victory is the ultimate prize. So Matt, what can we expect to see here tonight?
Well, as always, Ryan, good to be with you and good to be with you people out there watching and listening. Tonight at Five Flags, I expect some good racing as always out of the BRL guys. You can kind of use the top line here at times, but being as how this is our last race this season, I think a lot of guys are going to be trying to make some moves, gain them final spots in the championship. I think we're in for a good show.
Yeah, speaking of making moves, let's take a quick look at the points. Tonight, Jeffrey Harden is going into the final round with a strong 15-point lead over John Wilson. As of right now, there are 16 drivers registered for tonight's event. So in order for John Wilson to get the championship, Jeffrey Harden would have to finish almost dead last, and John would have to win the race. So we'll see how that plays out. At this point, yeah, literally, they'd have to do a complete swap. Harden dead last, Wilson taking the win for this to swap out of Harden's hands. Joe Segala continues to hold on to third ahead of Tom Hilbert, with Brian Johnson rounding out the top five. Sixth place is closely contested with Marino Valente, Steve Hilbert, and Lewis Flowers. Only 5 points between those three drivers. That's where you're going to be seeing some moves tonight. Donnie Moore sits back in ninth with Bruce Pearson 1 point behind, and he's going to be rounding out your top 10.
Yeah, you know, Ryan, you briefly touched on it there. You know, them top two guys, they're locked into first and second. I mean, they're going to either finish first or second. Third place is too far back to catch either one of them two, no matter what happens. But from third on back, there's a lot of changes that could happen, and I know a lot of guys would be happy to have that podium championship finish if they can. So I think we're going to see some good racing tonight.
All right, we have about 10 seconds left in the warm-up, and then we will swap over, take it through our starting grid, and kick off the final round of Season 27. And just worth noting real quick as we have a second, next week there is no race. Well, no official series race. Next week is the BRL's annual Stone River Shootout. It'll be a qualifying round on Friday and an official race on Saturday, both being broadcast on the Virtual Grip Network. So you can catch those live as they happen. Always a good time in the Stone River Shootout. All right, the drivers are taken to the grid. Let me walk you through it. Starting on the pole tonight is Marino Valente in the number 53, Valente Motorsports. Steve Hilbert will be to his outside in second. Justin Walbring will be starting from third with Brandon Litz in fourth. Bruce Pearson will be in fifth. Tom Hilbert in sixth. John Wilson, there he is, second in the points. He'll be starting from seventh. Double O Brian Johnson is outside in eighth. Further back in the field in ninth, we have our points leader, Jeffrey Harden, in the 36. Brendan Myers will be to his outside in 10th. Ray Andrews in the 51, well, he'll be starting from 11th. Joe Segala in 12th. Lewis Flowers will be starting from 13th. Flowers always fast. I'm interested to see what he can do tonight. Donnie Moore will be to his outside in 14th. Michaela Steff is good to have her back. She'll be in 15th with Chris Davis, rounding out tonight's 16-car field. All right, it's interesting to see so many series rookies up in the front of the field. All the experienced guys are in the back tonight.
Yeah, I think them guys up front, even though they are new in the series, all of them guys are pretty quick. So I expect some good racing up front. Hopefully they don't get over their heads. I think we're just going to see, might see a little bumper action here at Five Flags. Everybody's trying to get to that bottom, but like I said earlier, you can make topside work, but you're going to have to fling it off in there pretty hard into the corner.
Hey, the driver's sweating right now. Well, that'd be the 52 of Steve Hilbert stuck on the outside. He needs as many points as anyone, so I'm going to be seeing how quickly he can get his butt to the inside. All right, great jump there from the 53. Clears out ahead by a car length and a half. Hilbert seemed to be caught napping, but does hold on to that second spot. And there's a little check up there with the number 1, Justin Walbring. Really caught Bruce Pearson unaware, and he kind of checked up the whole inside line. Contact there with 61. Oh, and we have cars going around. That is a 00. Brian Johnson got caught up in that, as it looks like the 61 just went way high.
Yeah, we'll have to look at this replay here to see. Oh, he had a little bit of help there.
Yeah, it looked like the 00 had a little, or got his hand in on it.
So he had a lot of help, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks like Johnson actually got into Hilbert, sent Hilbert down into Wilson, and sent Wilson skidding off across the grass there. That's unfortunate for John.
Yeah, that's not what John needed for this championship hope.
No, and that's the risk you take. Oh, and Chris Davis got a whole lot of that. Chris Davis smacked his front end into the 00. That might be a day ender for Chris. Well, first caution of the night. We are on lap number 3 of 50. Marino Valente still your leader. Steve Hilbert holding on to that second spot. Brandon Litz rounding out your top 3. Walbring and Pearson your top 5. Hilbert has gone down pit road for repairs. We'll see if he's able to get back out on track before they take the green. Either way, he is already 1 lap down, sure to go down more, as he had some significant damage there. Speaking of significant damage, Chris Davis still on track. That right front is crumpled, but he is making it work. Let's see what he can do when he gets up to speed. That car might be a lot more push tight than he's ready for.
Yeah, you know, with that no fast repair rule that we now have here in the BRL, a lot of times you just got to try to get a little bit fixed in the pits if you can, but if not, you just got to make it work unless you're willing to park and go home.
All right, and here comes Tom Hilbert in the 61, the very, very crumpled 61. He is back out on track. Good for Tom. He is 1 lap down. All right, pace cars leading the field into turn 3 through turn 4. It will peel off here in just a second. It'll be on Valente once again to kick us off. Another very early jump from Valente. Litz was not caught napping this time, keeping Hilbert pinned up high. But Hilbert does slam the door on the 99. Now that is Justin Walbring stuck up high in the number 1, as Pearson is really keeping that gap tight, not letting anyone down. That is Brendan Myers in the 25, directly behind the 22. Looks like another driver stuck up high. That is 81 of Joe Segala caught up there. Already caught the back of Walbring, kind of boxed in for Joe. Not where you want to be. Looks like Steve Hilbert lost a little bit there as 99 got into him, pushed him all the way up into the wall. And as that's happened, we see Walbring getting a nice piece of that wall himself. That is some day-ending damage right there if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Litz there. If He just overdrove it on exit and pushed out, or we'll see in a second here.
Now here's the 00 of Brian Johnson. Oh. Okay, he was a bystander. We got to go a little further up. We want to see what happened there.
Yeah, it all started with Litz and Hilbert there.
All right, there we see the 52 of Steve Hilbert to the outside of the 99 of Litz. It looks like Litz has tried to make it go up at the same time. Hilbert looked a little loose there. And that's where that incident ended. So we're going to have to see one more time. We want to see what happened to Walbring.
I'm guessing there was a checkup behind that.
Well, there's the number 1 of Walbring. He is right behind Pearson. There's the contact. All right, Walbring got loose all on his own, bounced off the wall, and cleaned out a lot of drivers.
Man, 2 incidents at once.
Yeah, completely unrelated. They just happen to work out that way. You see it start to kick that rear end out as the nose goes down. It's chasing the car. Got into the 81 of Joe Segala. Ping pong back up into the outside wall. Hard contact there. Then caught Donnie Moore. Caught Chris Davis again. Poor Chris. He's having a rough night. And Chris couldn't do anything about it. And there's the 00 of Brian Johnson with nowhere to go.
Well, maybe that'll straighten Chris's tires out.
And it looks like Michaela Steffes got a little piece of that as well, but she doesn't seem to have as much damage. Well, we are 11 laps into tonight. Let's hope the guys got that all worked out of the system now. We can go back to racing.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can get a little green here. You know, these cars here are a little bit of a handful as always. These street stocks want to get loose with the full tank of gas they're running this season. So, and this track is no different. These cars tend to break loose on you, which is what we've seen with Justin there. It just started coming around, and there's really no saving it at that point.
Yeah, if you're not accustomed to a loose car like the street stock, then this thing is definitely going to be a handful for you. Personally, I love a loose car. This car is my dream car.
Yeah, being loose is your friend when you're racing because it helps you turn a little bit more, and so you can carry a little more speed. But like you said, you just need to be used to it to be able to drive it that way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, what's the old saying, Matt? Loose is fast, and that's not wrong. You just have to be able to point it in the right direction. Lights are out on the pace car. Valente, Litz, and Pearson. They are your top 3. Myers and Steve Hilbert, top 5. Looks like Steve made it out of there without much damage and now has an inside line starting spot. Pace car's peeled off. It's on the 53. See if he gets another early jump from him. Kind of caught the 91 off guard, and that's going to let the 22 get on by. Litz is going to be stuck up high if he doesn't get down quick, because these guys are really good at closing that gap. And here comes your points leader in the 36. That's Jeffrey Harden. Looking to tuck in behind Myers and keep Litz up high a little longer, with Steve Hilbert and Joe Segala running side by side further back.
Yeah, I want to think Harden's got a horseshoe in that car with him this season because he really has been able to avoid a lot of stuff.
Ooh, big wiggle out of the 81. Joe Segala was almost completely sideways, saved it and continued to run. Lost a couple spots there, but great save by the 81. And we have a lead change. That is Bruce Pearson, the 22, getting under Valente and taking that lead away. And here comes Brendan Myers moving up to second. And your points leader, Jeffrey Harden. He must be clenching that horseshoe tight because there he goes onto the podium just like that. Looks like more contact with the 99 getting into the 53 there, pushing him all the way up into the wall. I think that 99 is running out of tire a little prematurely. And Joe Segala still trying to get that car back in line. Donnie Moore just squeaked by him, and now this is Joe's opportunity to get some positions back after that little wiggle earlier as he gets his nose under Valente. And here he comes, the number 62. I told you he was fast. Here comes Lewis Flowers. He has just overtaken Hilbert and is up to 5th, looking to take 4th away from Brandon Litz. And quickly does so. Gets a nose to the inside in the same corner. Has to come down to avoid contact there, but holds onto the spot and looks like he is going to move up to 4th spot.
Yeah, Flowers is really on the move.
Ooh, little contact there, and I see Joe Segala going around.
Oh, no.
Caution flag is out, lap 20. Let me see, 81, Joe Segala, 26 of Donnie Moore just ahead of him, and that is Valente behind him. Ooh, it looks like Hilbert got loose again, came down into Joe. That's the second driver to get loose and bounce off of Joe. Like we always say with Joe, just wrong place, wrong time. That is the story of his racing career. All right, Pearson, Myers, and Harden, your top 3. Litz and Flowers. Flowers is coming fast. He just got into the top 5. Segala, unfortunately, back to 14th after that. Chris Davis and Justin Walbring had both retired early and put it on the trailer. 14 cars still running. All 14 on the lead lap.
You know, you're talking about Flowers there. He got up to 4th, but that caution come out before iRacing scored him his 4th. And my guess is he's probably pretty thankful for that as he gets to start on the inside.
Right? Hidden blessings.
It's not very often you're thankful you didn't get scored as passing somebody.
All right, we are almost halfway through this event. I believe this is caution number 3. All from loose conditions, which at 5 flags you wouldn't think that'd be that big of a deal. Lights on the pace car should go out this time by. Pearson in the lead. Brendan Myers going to be starting from the outside front row. That's going to put Jeffrey Harden in that sweet spot, position number 3 on the inside to kick off this green flag. That is not what Myers wanted to see here.
Now we'll see what Bruce has up there in the front. I know Bruce is hard to pass, but at the same time also Bruce and Harden are teammates, so not really sure how much Harden's going to push it because he already knows he has a championship wrapped up at this point. Pretty much, I would say, unless something were to happen. But
there are
at
not
this point,
enough cars still running on track to change the championship at this point.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm just looking at. He's got it locked up at this point. So, yeah, so we'll see how hard he pushes it against Bruce. If he can make the pass under Myers.
Well, and also you gotta wonder if they're communicating. They could take advantage of this restart.
Oh, hugely, yes. If you are on teammates, sometimes they're on different channels. They can talk back and forth. So they very well could be working together. We'll see that in just a second.
And I see a 62 of Flowers getting his tires a little warmed up there, scrubbing them on the asphalt. A very, very early jump from the 22 who clears out into the lead. Harden gets a nose to the inside, looking to take away second. That is Litz stuck behind Myers, who got caught napping a little bit. And Donnie Moore, where'd he come from? He is up to 4th and making moves. What happened to Flowers?
Yeah, I'm not really sure where Donnie. He was shot out of a cannon there. I don't know.
All right, Donnie working some witchcraft there. He got to the front so fast he left the front of his car behind, as he has no steel on the front of his nose.
Yeah, that was that earlier wreck. It come off, and evidently,
yeah,
it hasn't hindered his progress at all.
It's making him faster. Well, he is up to 4th and pressuring Brendan Myers for that last podium spot. Great run, Donnie. And we are curious how much Jeffrey Harden was going to pressure Pearson. I think the answer is a lot, because he is right on his teammate's bumper, and he is not giving him any breathing room there as we ride on board with the championship driver. And, we had an opportunity, backed out of it. I think he saw his chance but didn't want to risk it all. Oh, a little contact there, gave him a little bump, letting him know he was there. And now tries to get a nose to the inside, but Pearson's having none of it. Good on Pearson, defending his position. We're going to have 20 laps to go, this time by at the line. Pearson, Harden, Myers, your top 3. Moore and Flowers, your top 5.
Yeah, it's definitely good to see when teammates run together up front. You can tell they are definitely not working together at this point.
No, running hard, definitely racing each other, but a lot of respect shown there. As the top 4 have completely broken away. Moore, the last one in the train. Oh, and we have a caution on the track. It looks like something involving Joe Segal in the 81. That's unfortunate. That's going to put Harden to the outside for this restart. All right, there's the 81 to the inside of the Chief. That is Michaela Stephens in the 49 just ahead. I couldn't see what really happened there. Let's see if we can get a better angle at that. That's an 81 to the inside, 52 to the outside. Just some good close racing. It looks like just a miscommunication there.
Them two again? Weren't they together earlier?
Yeah, they sure were. Last time it was Hilbert got loose and came down into Joe. This time I didn't see anyone loose. I think Joe just came up a little quicker than Hilbert wanted to. And contact was made.
I think that's the right call on that one.
I think sometimes it happens. People have different lines. They have different corner exits, quarter entries, and sometimes those lines converge, and that's what happens. You get together, and someone's going to get the worst of it. This time it was Joe.
Well, and it don't take much with these street stocks either because they're already so loose that when you make contact like Joe did with Steve there, it pushes his front end down up. And when the car's already loose, there's, that just makes it more pronounced, I guess you could say.
Well, yeah, exactly. Once your momentum shifts like that from that little contact, there's really not much you can do to counter it until you hit something solid, like the wall. All right, we have 15 laps to go at the line. We are under caution. If you're just joining us, this is the final round of Season 27 with the Bootleg Racing League Street Stock Series, running every Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bruce Pearson, the 22, your current leader. Jeffrey Harden running in second, up 7 spots. He is your points leader right now. Brandon Myers in third. Donnie Moore is your big mover. He's running in fourth right now, the number 26. He is up 10 spots from where he started. Let's see if the lights go out this time by and we can get back to racing. 14 laps to go at the line.
I'm interested to see here what Flowers has got. He's still in that 5th spot. I don't know if he had a bad restart last time, but see what he can do from the inside again.
Yeah, I never caught what happened. He went from 5th to 7th really quickly. I think he might have just got caught unaware as Pearson had some pretty aggressive starts here. Really working in his favor. Pace car will peel off this time by and he'll be on Pearson hopefully one last time as he gets on the left pedal immediately, catching everyone unaware. That is not going to help out Harden, who instantly falls off the podium as that is Flowers to the inside.
Harden's fighting back on the outside.
Harden's giving it a shot. Looks like he is going to be able to close the door. Nice run from the 36. And already looking to the inside of Brendan Myers again, trying to get back up to second. Harden is definitely working a lot harder than I expected. I thought he'd just coast through and take his championship. But I think he'd like a win on top of that. All right, Bruce Pearson doing a great job holding off all those drivers. Currently, Brendan Myers keeping the pressure up from Thunder Ridge Racing, and that number 25. A little blink there from Myers. That could be problematic for Harden. Harden is securely in third, looking underneath, looking high, looking low, not able to make anything of it as Myers really is making the car wide.
Yeah, I think if Myers has anything for Pearson, he's going to have to do it here, but at the same time, he's got to be careful not to open that door up for Jeffrey Harden to get in there.
Well, we have 9 laps to go. Looks like Myers is taking a look at the inside, not able to make anything of it. That actually forced the 25 to check up a little bit, and that almost opened the door for Harden. That's the risk you're taking when you're making moves like Myers just made. If the move fails, you're actually giving the guy behind you an opportunity. So Myers has to be really, really careful as he proceeds.
Yeah, because if he makes the wrong move and loses that momentum, and he has to get out of it to not hit Bruce or something like that, well, Harden doesn't, and that's the opening he needs to make that pass.
And Flowers still trying to get around Donnie Moore, not able to do it. Moore, the old veteran in this series, in this league, been around for a long time. You can never count Donnie Moore out. He will race you hard every time.
Yeah, if anybody's going to bring that,
he's got out there.
If anybody's going to bring that car home in a decent finishing spot, the way it looks, it'll be Donnie.
Yeah, the top 3, you can throw all 3 of them under a blanket. That is Pearson, Myers, and Harden running away with this. There you can see Moore and Flowers just outside the shot, running 4th and 5th. Looks like Harden's getting a little impatient, starting to look high there as we're in the final 5 laps of the race. Pearson seems to have a good hold on it as his car is 3 cars wide. Oh, and as I say that, it looks like Myers tried to get a nose to the inside, had to back out of it, and now here comes Harden. Harden getting a nose to the inside, had to back out of it again.
Yeah, Myers having to back out of it there. Bruce pinched that bottom line. He just drove right down the track.
Oh, we have a caution on the track. It involved Lewis Flowers. Here we're looking at the 00 of Brian Johnson. Oh, a little contact there with the 99 of Litz. Oh, Valente barely squeaked through that one. Not sure what led to that incident, but that was impressive dodging there. Riding on board with Valente. There you can see the contact just ahead with the 99. A little tap there to Brian Johnson. And look at that. Just dumb luck as C's part enough for Valente to squeeze through.
Yeah, that was that's all that was luck there. That's just one of those minutes where you're just very thankful.
All right, now let's look ahead to see what happened to the 62. There you see him continuing to battle with Donnie Moore. Moore taking a wide entry, 62 taking a shallow one, and they, like we mentioned earlier in the show, sometimes when you have different entries, those lines can converge, and that's what just happened there. Unfortunately for Flowers, he got sent hard into the pit wall.
Yeah, right into that flat spot on the wall, so it wasn't just a glancing blow. It pretty much just ended his night as far as being competitive, I think.
There you see the 26 taking a wide sweeping entrance. There's the 62 taking a shallow one, kind of drifting up. And yeah, just different lines, different agendas, and someone got the worst of it. This time it was Lewis Flowers.
You know, and they barely just touched. It was kind of the same thing with Steve and Segala there. Just a little bit of bump on that front end just sends that car right sideways.
All right, and we are going to have a green-white checker, but we don't get many of these. We get one attempt in the BRL. Pearson, Myers, and Harden are your top 3. Donnie Moore and Michaela Steffes are now running 4th and 5th.
Haven't heard much out of Michaela. We'll see if she can get up in there to a top 3.
Well, she was involved in one of the incidents in the first 10 laps, spun her around. I don't think she received a lot of damage, and she continued running. She's had a nice recovery. She's now up to 5th, so good run from her. I think this might be her first top 5 of the season so far.
I think you're right.
All right, lights the pace car out. Pace car peels off. Another very early jump from the 22. Is Harden going to be able to get his notes inside? He is not. Myers slams the door hard, and Donnie Moore is trying from the outside. Let's see what he can make happen. But Harden is no slouch, so I think that's a tall order. As Donnie Moore tries to do a crossover, not able to do it. Has to slot back in line, and here comes Harden looking to the inside. Another caution is out on the track. And that... No, go ahead, Matt.
Sorry. I was just going to say that'll be the end of the race.
Yep, and that will make Bruce Pearson your winner. He will come around to take the checker flag under caution. Well, once he does that, we'll go back, take a look and see what happened, and then we will cut to our break. There, Pearson comes around to take his checker flag. He wins the final round of Season 27. Great job from the 22. Brendan Myers and Jeffrey Harden round out your podium. Now let's see what happened to the Chief. There he is. Brandon List to the inside, the number 99. Chief to the outside. Just kind of a differing opinion. Steve didn't go all the way up to the wall. The 99 thought he had. And that's what happens.
You know, we've seen that a couple times tonight where the outside guy just isn't going up as far as the guy in the bottom thinks.
Yep, not going up as far, not going up as soon. There's just a lot of different agendas tonight, and it's led to some trouble. So with that, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to let timing and scoring get all caught up. Then we're going to come back with the official race results, go over those with you, and then we're going to talk to your podium finishers. So don't go far. And welcome back to Five Flags for the final round of Season 27 with the Bootleg Racing League Street Stock Series. Let me take you through the finishing order. Taking home the big win tonight, that is Bruce Pearson, the number 22. He finished it under caution. Brendan Myers came home in second. Jeffrey Harden, your points leader. Well, he is officially your Season 27 champion as he came home in third. Donnie Moore comes home in fourth with Michaela Steffes rounding out your top five. John Wilson came home in sixth. Joe Segala, kind of a rough night for him. Able to get back up to seventh. Nice recovery, Joe. Ray Andrews will come home in eighth. Marino Valente in ninth. And Brandon Litz, another guy who had a kind of a rough night. Litz is going to round out your top 10. Further back, we have Tom Hilbert in 11th. Lewis Flowers in 12th. Bad finish for Flowers as he had a lot of speed tonight. Steve Hilbert, the Chief, another guy with a rough night. Well, he's going to come home in 13th. Last car on the lead lap. Brian Johnson, the 00, 14th, one lap down. Chris Davis and Justin Walbring round out your 16-car field. Both put on the trailer very, very early tonight. And with that, I believe I have caught up with our big winner tonight, Bruce Pearson. Bruce, you got a copy?
Yes, you got me?
Yes, Bruce, I do. That was a pretty impressive run tonight. You held on to lead the whole way. What was the secret there? Just how'd you make your car that wide?
Man, I don't know. Those guys are pretty fast behind me. The cautions helped. I did a lot of practice last night. That helps too.
All right, how is the car feeling? A lot of drivers are struggling with loose conditions, but you seem to have that thing locked down. Was that just a tribute to a lot of practice laps throughout the week, or is this track just kind of speaking to you?
I do like this track, but I experienced with some steering offset changes, and that helped a lot. The stock setup or less was really loose, and so I made some changes, and it worked real well.
All right, and last, I just want to take a little peek behind the curtain there. You had Jeffrey Harden, a teammate of yours, right around you for a lot of this race. Was there any team communication going on, or was it all just every man for himself in the finale?
We don't ever talk. At least I'm not on the same radio. If he's on one with Joe and Trey, I don't know. But no, I know that Jeff was going to race me with respect, and I felt that he was in a good position to win the title, and he knew that I was going to try to win my first race, and he just raced me tough. But Brandon Myers behind me raced me real tough and fair, and it was a good run all the way around.
All right, Bruce. Well, you had a great performance all night. The floor is yours. Who would you like to thank for this win?
My buddy Dean and Officer Daryl, Officer Mike. I work school security here in Colorado, and those guys help a lot with that. Of course, you guys, and then Lowell for putting on the league, and all the guys that race in the league. And I really want to give a thanks to Jeffrey Harding. I mean, my confidence really soared when he asked me to be a part of Loose Lugs, and ever since, confidence is everything, and ever since he did that, I've felt a lot better on how I perform.
All right, Bruce. Great job tonight, and we'll see you at the shootout next week.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
That was Bruce Pearson, Loose Lugs, in number 22, your big winner. And now with that, I believe, Matt, you've caught up with our second place finisher, Brendan Myers.
Hey, Brendan, it's Matt. You had a good run tonight, finishing second. How'd you get there?
Yeah, there's lots of good racing going up in the front there. I was sliding around all over the place in practice, so I figured I better try to save the tires as much as possible, and so I was able to do that, stay on the inside and save the tires until the last 10 laps or so. And I thought I had a chance a couple times to pass Bruce there, but a couple untimely cautions, so it didn't work out.
Yeah, now do these cars, do the right fronts wear out on these as nearly as bad as the other cars, or are you pretty much safe to run as hard as you want?
Yeah, today the right front didn't seem like it was as big of a deal. It was more the back end that was pretty happy and trying to keep it straight that way. But yeah, this car, other tracks it's worse, but this one today wasn't too bad.
Well, congratulations on your second place finish today. Nice to see you running up front. You got anybody you want to thank today?
Yeah, I want to thank my wife. She helped me with some landscaping today to give me some free time tonight to race. Everyone at BRL, Lowell, congrats to Bruce on the win, and Jeffrey on the championship. And shout out to my Thunder Ridge racing team.
All right, Brian, good luck coming up here in the next coming season, and have a good night.
Thank you. You guys as well.
All right, that was Brendan Myers, came home in second place tonight. And now I have the luxury of talking to tonight's season champion, Jeffrey Harden. Jeff, you got a copy?
Hey, Ryan, how's it going, man?
Well, this has to feel good. You pretty much just dominated this whole season, and you clinched it in the end. Nice third place finish. Now, to be honest, I got to start off with, you started pretty far back. I was surprised at the charge you made to the front. I thought you'd be a little more cautious with, yeah, it's not likely Wilson's going to pip you, but it was possible going into tonight.
Well, with the start of the field, I figured, why not?
Well, you made quick work of them. Was there any close calls? I know there are a lot of wrecks behind you, but were there any close calls as you worked your way forward?
Yeah, I dodged a couple things, and me and Bruce had a net code, and it felt like our bumpers got connected. I couldn't get off of him, and I was scared I was going to spin us both.
All right, well, you got the season championship. What are your plans going into next season?
I'm trying to get 3 of them on a Friday night. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully get a little bit stronger in our team, get more practices in. Right now, everybody's schedule this season was pretty scattered, so it's hard to get practices in. Hopefully we can get that. tightened up, and other than that, put another championship on the board.
Nice, great to hear it. And all right, the floor is yours, champ. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank you guys up in the booth. You know, you and Matt do a great job. Low with the league, he does an awesome job. My teammates, you know, they're supportive and they race awesome. That always pushes you. Being part of a team, you gotta, you know, represent the team and not let the team down. Thank my beautiful wife and my family and everybody in BRL.
All right, sounds good, Jeff. We'll see you at the shootout next week.
All right, Ryan. Have a good one. Have a good broadcast later, man.
All right, it's Jeffrey Harden, your big champion tonight. Came home in 3rd place, loose lugs. And with that, we are going to bring tonight to a close. If you did like what you saw here tonight, well, we'll be back tomorrow night. That'll be the Sportsman Series right back here at Five Flags. That'll be for round 4 with the street stocks. They'll go live at 7:15 p.m. Eastern. We hope to see you there with us. Everything you've seen and heard here tonight was made possible by the Skidder Creek Motorsports Group, home to the Bootleg Racing League, the GT Racing League, Thunder Ridge Racing, the Virtual Grip Network, and more. For more information, visit them over at skiddercreek.com. This has been a production of BRL TV, a broadcasting service aimed at giving up-and-coming commentators and directors a place to get started in the world of sim race broadcasting. If you ever wondered if you have what it takes to broadcast live races, this is your chance to get some experience without any pressure. If you want to get in on the fun, head on over to bootlegracingleague.com to find out how. Now, from all of us here tonight, myself, Matt Hoos, Lowell Jewell, we'd like to thank you for watching, and have a great night.